Hi guys, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your horoscope for the weekend of July 31st and August 1st, 2021. But before we begin, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. I also want to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes just like this one, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign horoscopes that you can watch on my channel. Now let's talk about what's happening this weekend, and we'll begin with Saturday, July 31st. And the first thing I want to talk about is the moon. The moon is in Taurus, and in Taurus it is going to square Mercury. This happens at about 1 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Saturday. And if you're on the eastern side of the world, the Indian time will resonate more with you. Okay, so what is this energy? Basically, the moon is our emotions, right? It's our inner heart and soul, and Mercury, very simply put, is our mind, but it's also our routine, our habits, our diet, exercise, immediate environment. So at this point, in a square, a 90-degree angle, which represents friction, we may need to make an emotional adjustment connected to Mercury things, which could just be our mind, it could be our routine, it could be our immediate environment, it could be our habits, it could be that, okay, we're not feeling very happy with our environment, so we need to adjust something. We either need to adjust our emotions or we need to adjust our environment. Similarly, it could be that we are not happy with our lifestyle, for example. Emotionally, we may need to tweak that around to feel like we're in sync. So this is an energy that will require some adjustment in Mercury related areas like communication, thinking, mind, immediate environment, peer groups, siblings, day-to-day routine, habits, diet, exercise, so that we can feel good emotionally. Alternatively, we may need to adjust our emotions to kind of integrate with our Mercury things, mind, diet, communication, thinking, peer group, environment, all those things. So this happens at about 1 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Saturday. And that's the first thing. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is that the moon's going to move on to 8 degrees. And here is when we begin the last quarter square of the moon, right? The sun and the moon are in a 90-degree angle, as you can see. And this is the last time the sun and the moon are going to square before the new moon on August 8th. And this is a point which marks the beginning of about 7 to 8 days till the new moon in Leo, which will happen on 8th August. So these 7 to 8 days is about release and letting go. So we are going to start to release things. We're going to start to let go of things. And we are releasing and letting go of things that started with the new moon in this month, the new moon in Cancer on July 9th. We began something on the new moon, and now we are assessing what about that beginning can stay, what about that beginning do I need to let go of. And this release process, this letting go process, is subtle and subconscious. So the whole week we will be doing this, and when we release something, it can feel like we're a little low in energy. So it might be that as well this whole week, especially 2 to 3 days before the new moon. That's when we begin to release a lot, and that's when the energy we start to feel physically depleted sometimes. So I just thought I'd mention that. So that's happening on July 31st, Saturday, at about 5 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, so that's that. And then let's see the next thing. Now, okay. So the moon's going to move on, and at 10 degrees or so, the moon in Taurus at 10 degrees is going to square Saturn, 90-degree angle. Now, this is happening at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time, approx. So at this point, the moon is our emotions, it's our inner heart and soul. And what is Saturn? Saturn is the planet of hard work, decisions, discipline, building things, defining things. And the moon and Saturn are very different energies. The moon likes to go with the flow, and Saturn is, hey, you need to decide, hey, you need to work hard. I don't care how you feel, but you need to do this. That's Saturn, right? So when they square like this in a 90-degree angle, which represents friction, which represents change, this moment can feel stressful, emotionally stressful, because we are asked by Saturn to define something emotionally, take an emotional decision, put in some emotional hard work, and that can feel challenging. So that's happening at about 10 a.m. Pacific time and then 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So that's the next thing. Now, soon after this, we have a positive alignment, and that is the moon in Taurus. A lot is happening on the weekend, a lot. So I'm going to move as fast as I can without missing out important information. The moon in Taurus is trining Venus in Virgo, 120-degree angle, which is positive. Now, this is a moment where we start to feel good about Venus things, right? What are Venus things? Love, relationship, romance, money, finances, self-worth, skills, values, all Venus things. So in a trine, emotionally, we are feeling good about those things. And this happens right after the moon has squared Saturn. So perhaps we take that hard decision emotionally. Perhaps we define our emotions. Perhaps we work hard on that emotions, and that feels stressful. But soon after that, about 2 hours after that, at noon Pacific time and midnight India time on Saturday, we begin to start feeling positive about Venus things. Right? So that's happening at noon. And then we have the Sun Mercury conjunction building. So let's see that happen. There it started. So here you can see both have hit 8 degrees, the Sun and Mercury, and they are meeting up, they are conjuncting. It's not exact, but the energy is starting to build up now. This is about 3 p.m. Saturday Pacific time, which makes it 3 a.m. Indian Standard Time, technically Sunday for India. And when they conjunct like this, what's happening? Mercury is communication, right? It's our mind. And what is the sun? The sun is the soul, it's our consciousness, it's our identity. And when they conjunct like this, one of the things that can happen is that we have a realization, right? Because you can say it's a message to the consciousness, a realization. We can have a profound realization at this point, or we can receive a message of sorts, an information can come in. So that's going to start happening 3 p.m. Saturday and keep on going on till they come exact, right? So that's the energy. We can have a realization, we can receive some sort of information, a message perhaps, could be any one of these things, an epiphany, all those things. And soon after this at 6 p.m., there's a lot happening on Saturday. So Saturday is going to be not a boring Saturday, let's put it that way. At about 6 p.m. Pacific time, which makes it 6 a.m. India time, Sunday morning, the moon and Uranus are going to meet up. They're conjuncting, and Uranus is the planet of sudden change. It's the planet of unexpected things. It's the planet that pushes us to be our unique self, our authentic self. And when it meets the moon, our emotions like this could be an unexpected change to our emotions. It could be a sudden change to our emotions. It could be a change that is sudden and unexpected to our emotions that propels us to being our unique, authentic self. And with Uranus, you never know how it's going to feel. It can feel very stressful. It might not feel stressful. And in a conjunction, it's kind of hard to say. So whatever it is, I think anything that's sudden and unexpected usually feels stressful. So if it does, it's because of this energy. But whatever this change is, whatever this unexpected thing that is happening connected to your emotions is going to push us towards a unique, authentic self. Right? So that's Saturday. Saturday is a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot happening. And Sunday is no less. So I'm going to move through Sunday very quickly. And then I will pick a card for the weekend and then I'll close it out. Okay. So let's talk about Sunday, but let me move off the chart. for Sunday, 1st August. Okay, so 1st August, what's happening? The first thing that's happening is that the moon, where's the moon? Here, at 22 degrees of Taurus is sextiling Neptune, 60-degree angle. Now, Neptune is a planet of spirituality. It's a planet that connects us with the higher realms. It's a very magical planet. But Neptune is also a planet of confusion, right? And the moon is our emotions. But a sextile is a 60-degree angle, which is positive. So this could be a very magical, spiritual feeling to our emotions. And I think that's what it is. I don't think it's the other manifestation of Neptune, which is confusion, because the other manifestation can be confusion to our emotions, right? So if that happens, then it's the Neptune energy. But I feel like it's a positive manifestation, which is about feeling spiritual at an emotional level, which is about feeling kind of magical at an emotional level. And by Sunday this time, that message, that realization, that epiphany should have happened, because Mercury has moved on. It's crossed the sun. Mercury is at 1948 and the sun's at 948, sorry, and the sun is at 939. So we received that message, that piece of information, that realization, that epiphany at this point. And soon after this, we're going to have another stressful aspect, and let's see that. So this is about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, right? Pacific time, which makes it 3 a.m. Sunday night, India time. Mercury here is going to oppose Saturn. Okay, they're in an opposition. And Saturn, as I have mentioned, is hard work, it's discipline, it's decisions. And Mercury is our mind, it's our communication, it's our thinking, it's also our day-to-day routine, it's our habits, it's our lifestyle, it's our peer group, it's our immediate environment, it's a lot of things. And with an opposition to Saturn, what is happening? Saturn is asking us, hey, you need to work hard towards Mercury things. You need to define these things. You need to take a decision about these Mercury things. And what are those Mercury things? Perhaps it's a decision about communication, a decision about social media, because Mercury is social media as well. It can be a decision about your diet and health, a decision about your job, a decision about your immediate environment, or you can define things connected to these areas. Something connected to siblings, perhaps you define. Anything connected with Mercury will come under the scanner, and Saturn will ask you to either work hard, take a decision, or define those things. And it's in an opposition. So oppositions don't feel easy, they feel stressful, right? But stress does not always mean negative. Sometimes stressful things, actually a lot of the times when we are stressed and we make changes, when we take steps, we take action, things can improve for the better. So think of it that way, because August, we are in August now, is a very intense month. It is about taking decisions. It is about defining things. So that's 3 p.m. Pacific time, 3 a.m. Indian Standard Time, Mercury opposing Saturn, right? Now, soon after this, at about 4 p.m., we have a positive alignment, and that is the moon in Taurus is going to trine Pluto in Capricorn, 120-degree angle, and this is positive. This can be a positive transformation to our emotions, a healing to our emotions, a catharsis of our emotions, because that is Pluto. Pluto is transformation, it is catharsis, it is healing, right? And since they both are in earth signs, this could very well be connected to the material reality. It could be connected to our skills, self-worth, values, finances, money, projects. It could also be connected to our material reality. Whatever it is, it does involve our emotions. This is a positive transformation, right? In the past few days, the moon has been the moon was next to Pluto a few days ago, then it squared Pluto. So all the transformation that was taking place connected to our emotions was from a place of stress, because the aspect was stressful, but now it's not stressful. Now it's kind of falling into place on its own. It's feeling organic. And then at midnight, so let me move up the chart, and at about midnight Pacific time, which makes it noon India time, Monday morning, we'll have the Sun oppose Saturn. Now, technically, this is 2nd August, but I'm going to speak about this. And I have been mentioning it that the Sun is going to oppose Saturn. Now, again, this is a stressful moment because the Sun is our consciousness, it's our identity, it's who we are, and Saturn is what? Hard work, decisions, discipline. So at this moment, we are asked to take a decision, we are asked to define something or work hard, connected to our identity, connected to who we are becoming, connected to our soul, connected to our consciousness. It's saying, hey, define, take a decision about your identity, take a decision about who you are. Okay, you figured it out, work hard towards who you are. So that's the energy, and they are in an opposition. So this decision, this definition to things, this hard work that you're putting in, connected to your soul, your consciousness, your identity, who you are, who you're becoming, can feel slightly stressful. Okay, and then soon after this, at 2 a.m. Pacific time, the moon is going to change signs. 2 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it 2 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Monday. The moon has entered the sign of Gemini. Now, this is a shift in energy. Whenever the moon changes signs, and it does every 2.5 days, there's a subtle shift in energy from Taurus, which is very stable, grounded. I want to be in nature. I want to have some good food, that sort of vibe, to Gemini. Gemini is a lot of energy. Gemini can be a very restless energy. I'm not saying if you're a Gemini, you're restless. I'm saying Gemini energy can manifest like that. And we all have Gemini in our charts somewhere, right? So Gemini energy is a lot. It wants to do a lot. It wants to know a lot. It's very talkative. It's very communicative. It's basically a lot of stimulation is what Gemini is. So when the moon is in Gemini and with the north there, which is about energizing things, we can feel very overly stimulated in the next 2.5 days. We'll talk more about that on Monday's video, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. And we're also going to see Venus, Trine, Uranus. Now, this is a positive alignment. Last month, Venus squared Uranus, which was a sudden, unexpected change to Venus things, love, relationships, money, projects, self-worth, value, skills. That felt difficult, that felt stressful. But now, in a trine, the changes that we made last month will begin to feel easy, organic. Things will seem to start falling into place now. But that's not happening today. On Sunday, it's going to happen soon, but I thought I'd give you a heads up. And we're also building up to the Sun and Mercury beginning to square Uranus, okay? So that will feel intense. We will talk about that. So this is all the background this is all the horoscope that I will give for the weekend. My goal is to keep it as short as possible, but this weekend is loaded. It is a lot, so just be mindful of that. And typically in my other videos, I do give the undercurrent energies that we deal with every single day. In this video, I will not, in order to keep it short. But if you want to know what that is, you can watch my yesterday's video or any other video except for the weekend video, and you'll find that. But I will definitely speak about those underlying energies on Monday. So I will pick a card for this weekend, and I think I'm going to go with the lesson card again because I kind of like these cards these days. So I'm going to pick a lesson card for today, for the weekend. Okay, it says service, and it says, I feel good when I can help others. So I'm going to read out what this little guidebook says because I really like the way it's written, and I don't think I can do justice to the card just by myself, to be honest with you. So let me read it out to you guys. It says, one of the most evolved gifts that a soul possesses is giving of itself. There is a reason why it feels good to give. It is because your soul resonates with that vibration. Your soul should be aware that it might currently be in a situation in which it needs to be fulfilled on higher levels. And this can only happen through the attribute of humbly serving and supporting others. Put yourself in a position in which you can benefit another soul in any possible and demonstrate unconditional love towards others. This might mean bringing yourself into your heart space and letting everything you involve yourself come from an attitude of giving freely. You have to learn to direct your green heart light energy through all your thoughts, actions, and deeds. Look around and see where and how you can serve another. Perhaps one way would be asking a friend if you can help clean up his or her office or run errands. Maybe volunteer to watch your neighbor's kids so the parents can have a night out. Make a meal for someone who might be sick. Volunteer in a hospital or hospice. Perform an activity that enriches someone else's life. So I think that's the lesson for the weekend, that when we serve others, we're also serving ourselves, because it puts us in a high vibration. It puts us more in alignment with who we are, universal love and compassion, and perhaps our soul. So that's the message for the weekend, that being in service to others is a great thing. So that's all I'm going to say for the weekend. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.